Hello, my name is Jenn Espinosa-Goswami. I'm the creator of Weightless, and I help women leaders show up confidently in their personal and professional lives. In today's Sunday's sermon, we're going to talk all about numbers. We're continuing our conversation around numbers. And today is a number that may especially catch your attention. I have new speakers ask me all the time, how much do I charge people to speak? I've been invited to speak for my friend. I've been invited to show up at this conference. I have no idea what number to give them in terms of my speaker fee. Before we jump into some specific numbers that might be helpful for your first or even your next time you speak, let's talk about VW, because this is a consideration you're going to have before you list out a fee. V stands for value and W stands for where. So let's start with value. Value has to do not just of the value of your time, because that can be a challenging thing to figure out if you're new in business. What I mean is, what value do you provide to their particular audience? It could be different depending on who you're speaking in front of, and it could also be a different amount of time you are investing and spending with these people. So value could be down to, are you speaking for 30 minutes as an opener or a keynote? Are you speaking for a half-day workshop where you will also provide materials such as a workbook, a book if you're an author, or even printed materials? Many companies, even if it's a virtual event, especially if it's a virtual event, will not print out materials for you. So if you have costs associated with that, there's value assigned to that as well. So when you think about value, those are some of the considerations you want to consider before you list a speaker's fee. Now, the second one was where in the VW. Where are you speaking? This may not be a big surprise to you, but if you're speaking to a nonprofit group, their type of budget that they have allotted and allocated for speakers may be different than talking to a Fortune 500 company. So who and where you're presenting to will make a difference in terms of what they're willing or able to pay you. Now, I do want to put it out there that you will be paid to speak as long as you ask for payment for showing up and providing value to the audience. They will not just throw money at you. You do need to stand within your own value as a speaker and say, I typically get paid X or Z amount of money to present this type of presentation that you're looking for. So you do have to be confident enough to stand in your ground as a speaker and say, this is something I get paid for. And don't hesitate to open up that conversation. Now let's talk numbers. As a starting or new speaker, if you've never been paid to speak, a good place to start would be anywhere between $500 and $1,000. Where you fall on that spectrum will depend on your business model and what you're hoping to achieve as the result of a successful speech. Here's my invitation to you. If you don't have a signature speech, then it may be difficult for you to place the value and the where, so the VW of your speaker fee. I can help you get there. I invite you to consider a consultation with me. It's completely free. We can talk a little bit about the VW of your speaking and get that speaker fee where you want it to be so that you get paid, not just to provide value, but to show up and pour into the audiences that you're speaking to. If you'd like to have that conversation with me, just look below this video for the link. We can schedule that. I also do private one-on-one coaching with you if you have a speech idea, but you don't know where to go with it and you don't know how to monetize it. Let's have a conversation. Thank you for joining me for Sunday sermons. Don't forget to subscribe. Next week, we're going to be talking about even more numbers when it comes to being paid to speak. We'll see you next week.